Hi, I'm Hillary Ackman, licensed mental health counselor. And as part of this vlog that I'm going to do tonight, I'm thinking about upcoming emails and posts and news stories that you're going to be hearing about making New Year's resolutions. I'm not particularly a big fan of doing those, especially in January. But I want to just talk about a specific buzzword that we hear a lot, which is self-care. And oftentimes that gets interpreted to mean doing things like going to a spa or taking a bubble bath. Now, don't get me wrong, if you can go to a spa, do that. But self-care just isn't about relaxation or just filling our bucket with hobbies that we find restorative and restful and things that do help to manage and combat stress. Those things I think we hear a lot about, and that's not what I'm here to talk about. But I'm here to talk about self-care in terms of your mental health and in terms of the language that we use with ourselves. So part of self-care means really monitoring how we speak to ourselves, that inner voice inside of our head, the running monologue that we have with ourselves throughout any given day. And so oftentimes people say things like, I'm so stupid, or oh man, what an idiot, or any number of those kinds of things, or I'm such a terrible mom because I yelled at my kids, or I'm a bad daughter because I'm really avoiding trying to call my mom, or I'm such a bad spouse because my wife is upset with me for not doing things around the house. Whatever it is, like we have this self-condemnation that we're bad, we're insufficient, we're lacking, we're not smart enough, we're not blank enough, just fill in the blank. And so part of self-care means saying, whoa, wait a minute. Would I speak to somebody else the way that I'm speaking to myself? Would I allow somebody to treat me this way? If someone spoke to me the way that I'm talking to myself, would I be okay with that? Or would I have to say, whoa, hang on, that's not okay? And so we often think that it doesn't really matter, the things that we say. Well, I know I'm not really stupid. I just did a silly goof, and that's just something I said. It doesn't mean anything. Well, it does, because your brain always believes what you tell it. And so when we start to speak words of encouragement and affirmation and truth to ourselves, that's what we start to believe and get ingrained. So even if you don't think that it's penetrating, it does. So I would really encourage you to be really mindful, which is just means paying close attention to what you say to yourself. So just even in any given day, just one day, think about, what have I said to myself, right? So that's thinking about your thoughts, which we in the field of psychology, we call that metacognition, thinking about your thinking. So what did you say to yourself today? And even you could track that and write that down and think about the triggers to that. When is it that I tend to be particularly harsh with myself and not provide good self-care? So when we make a mistake, instead of I'm so stupid, or I'm such a bad spouse or parent or worker, it's, yeah, I made a mistake. I can learn from that. I can grow from that. I can do these steps to ensure that I learn from this. I can surrender this and offer it up to God. I can lean on Him and not strive so hard on my own and trust Him more. There's all kinds of things that you can start to notice. Oh, I can reframe this negative thought that I had about myself. And so then start to find a replacement thought. So next time that you make a mistake, that's what you say. Oh, I just made a mistake. I'm human. It's okay. All right. So think about self-care through that lens, through our internal dialogue that we have with ourselves. And I think you might be surprised how harshly that we all tend to speak to ourselves. And it's just a simple awareness and being able to have the habits of using different language instead for the next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.